Am I the asshole if I asked my girlfriend to put on some makeup for a party?
This is our favorite segment. We all know it. We all love it. Get it off your chest.
Woo!
First one. My baby mama had an abortion of the second kid we were expecting. She let me believe for 8 months that I was going to be a dad.
Oh my God. 8 months. That's criminal. That's psychotic. That's actually evil.
There was like a Lifetime movie about this. I swear, this woman got like, I don't even know what it's called. Maybe one of you do. She would get all these little pregnancy pillows for like each trimester and keep wearing it. And every time her husband would want to touch her belly, she's like, no, move, no. I don't like when you touch me, no. Like,
That reminds me of like those kids in high school that would do that, like put like just little pillows in their stomach just as like an like social experiment type shit. I've seen like a couple of like documentaries about it.
I guess since we're young, like we just have this fascination of like, what if I was pregnant? But in real life, we're like, no. Okay?
Absolutely not.
Second one. My boyfriend broke up with me because I told his best friend's girlfriend that he cheated on her. Because he told me. So she was keeping girl code. Her man told her, yeah, Jerry cheated on his girl. And she was like, no way.
And she told, damn.
And then she asked him if he would do the same thing if the roles were reversed. And he said yes. So if you would do the same thing, why did you break up with me?
I mean, it's absolutely... No. I think she said, like, if her boyfriend caught his friend's girl cheating, he would have told the friend as well.
That's what
Yeah. It's just simply going to be the code. He's loyal to his friend, not his friend's girl.
But no, because he broke up with her.
What?
Because she told.
Oh.
So she asked him, okay, but if it was your boy, you would do the same,
damn.
right? He was like, yeah. And then why did you break up with me?
Damn, out of principle, I guess that's a real ass
He
homie
really
right there.
said bros before hoes, for real.
Period.
You left your girl for something you would have done. Oh, wow. Number 3. I thought he was the one till I found a drawer full of his clipped toenails in his room. It made me sick.
Now, a drawer. Why are you keeping them? Like, you gotta clip them, toss them in the trash right after, but a drawer full?
What is people's fascinations with keeping those things? Like, oh, I have a jar of like a 2-year-old fart over there.
What?
Like keeping their clipped toenails, use tissues, use floss. Like, what is wrong with people who need to keep these things?
Well, I feel like that's like delving into perhaps like some strain of like OCD type of business.
But that's just so weird. Your toenails?
Mm-hmm.
You kept your toenails and your fingernails for what?
Mm-mm.
Like,
I know my uncle is the type of person, like, it's not going to be the same thing, but I know my uncle, he's the type of person that, like, as soon as he eats something, he pulls out floss from his pocket and just handles it right then and there. So, like, that's what I think of when I hear that part. Like, they're keeping it. Like, it's just something just on them, instinctual.
because I think of those weird people who are like, oh, like, I keep my toenails because, like, they're crunchy.
Ugh!
So, like,
whenever
I'm nervous, I just pop one and just chew on it. But I spit it out, though. I don't eat it.
I've never heard that before in my life.
There are some weird people. You'd be surprised.
Oh my God. I remember when I was younger, like, people tried to tell me, like, if you would eat your toenails, a foot would grow in your stomach. And my dumb ass believed it.
That is so weird. What the fuck? Number 4. I got a girl from Tinder to come over and made her help me build IKEA furniture.
That's someone. I
never saw her again.
Well, she's not the one then, but that is someone's number one date option. Like, someone out there is just like, yes.
That sounds like something I would have got you into.
No, you would have called me. I would have been the one you never saw again, because fuck those IKEA furnitures, bro.
Really? But you be building the Wayfair stuff.
Yeah, because we didn't start this by you calling me to build your furniture.
That sounds like something I would do. I mean, since you're here, I just have this box.
I'd be like, I am gone. There's only one box I'm worried about.
What the fuck? Number 5. I dated this girl for 6 years and found out she's been cheating for 4. Long story short, I've been stealing from her account and treating myself. King. Wrong hand. King.
That's even right there.
Honestly, like some people, you're too big on revenge. Get what you need first. You know what I'm saying?
That's like the perfectly served revenge.
Yeah,
like it's nothing too crazy. But that's like a mutual agreement at this point. Like, all right, look, I'll pay for you, but I'm going to do my own thing type of thing.
He's like using just enough so she doesn't know that he's stealing. He's like, I'm going to get myself some shoes. I'm going to get a haircut.
She'll be like, damn.
Buy myself some dinner. She's like, I really feel like I was supposed to be saving money, but it seems like I just keep spending.
That's how you know she got a spending problem just on her own and she don't know where her money at.
Right. She got his card. No, he got her card saved on DoorDash, and he just like breakfast, lunch,
that would
dinner.
be me.
I'd kill you. Okay. Number 6. My friends and I were on vacation, and before leaving, they left money on the bed as a good maid's tip. As we were leaving, I said I forgot something and needed to go back to the room. I pocketed the money.
I knew that was going. That was only one way that was going.
That's crazy.
And you are a bum ass bitch.
That is
I
awful.
could not believe it. You have to go back.
Oh, you forgot something? Okay, I'll go with you. No, stay.
I had to go back. How was you
on the door? Like,
how was you on vacation, but you fiending for money like that? Like you got your priorities mixed up.
I can imagine the mess y'all left in that room, and like a maid is just like, ugh, like I hate my life, but at least I get tips to like help me get by.
Nothing.
And you swiped it.
Vile. Cretins.
Literally. Number 7. 2 threesomes, 1 night, no regrets. I know you got some sort of BV and some like urinal infection, like 2 threesomes.
No regrets.
And I know you didn't have enough time to. You sound like a party person. You had no time to go home, shower.
Oh, one right after the other. Oh, that's a disgusting thought.
I'm sitting. Had to put up with the smell, like. Smell crazy in here. We just started.
If it's a dude, he walking around with fucking dirty dick just stanking up the room.
Even that. What do they say? Like the background air, like when you're in like doggy style.
Oh,
like, the air from the back. You be like, we just started. Like, ooh.
You catch a whiff of that shit, just ooh.
He had his head up the whole time. Like, oh my god.
That's crazy.
The last one of the get it off your chest. My ex cheated on me. So I wrote a note saying I was leaving and hid in the closet. When I heard him come home and start crying, I came out the closet and said, "What did we learn? I'm healed now, but that was a questionable approach."
That's what?
That is so cringy.
That is disgusting. What is this? A Scooby-Doo Blues Clues ass episode?
Right?
Dora the Explorer? What did we learn today, class?
That is so cringy. Like, honestly, unless you recorded it to like have him crying or something for your own personal gain, what did you do that for?
Why would you need that for your own personal gain?
I mean, if you're doing that, period, it's already weird. So, like, we can't get any weirder than that. Like, if you're doing it for no reason, you're obviously done. And, like, this is just why. Like, did you record it? Is it for YouTube or something? Awkward. Thank you guys for tuning into episode 3. It's been 3 weeks of us posting our podcast. So if you haven't subscribed, I know that you've seen us all up and down your feed. Go ahead and subscribe because you don't want to miss our weekly episodes. And like maybe you and a bunch of other people subscribe and we start to post 2 a week. You never know what could happen. So go ahead and like and share this with your friends so they can watch us too. And you subscribe, all right? Welcome to the family.
Welcome.
So we have our question of the week. And this one, I feel like are we Gen Z? Who are we?
I think we're Gen Z.
No way. Because he was born in 1999 and I was born in 2001. Are we Gen Z? Because we're not boomers. No, Gen X is the new one right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm pretty sure that's Gen X. Yeah, we're Gen Z. Millennials are the ones that came right before us. Richie's a millennial, my older brother.
Okay, and our parents are boomers.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ew.
Yeah. We're Gen Z. Next one after us is Gen X, I believe.
Okay, so I feel like the boomers, they were all raised in a certain way where, like, their parents were pretty hard on them. Life was tough, you know, and they passed that down onto us, not in a way where they're like trying to raise us the same ways, but to the point where some of their trauma of how they got raised get put onto us. So my question is, why are like a majority of us Gen Zers looking to college for like freedom or moving out in our early 20s? Like back in the day, you used to have like 3 generations in one home, you know? But now it's getting harder to do as we're getting older and our parents are kind of like cracking down on us just for being young, to want to go out. Oh, you're living under my roof and you want to go have fun. I'm not having fun. I'm paying bills. Like, why do you think that is?
Not too sure, you know, it's just like you said, it's the state that they were raised in, growing up in, and everything like that. Back in our parents' day, mental health wasn't something that was, you know, looked at, wasn't so focused on, wasn't so delved into. It was basically like toughen up, buttercup, and get through it with the shit that our parents had to live through. Like a lot of our parents lived through like the crack epidemic.
Right.
Fucking, back in the 80s? Yeah.
Because my dad always talks about, oh, you lucky, like, you know, my mom raised us this way, you have it lucky. But then they don't make you feel lucky because you're like, well, then you know I'm a good kid. Because all these other kids are doing far worse, but like y'all are becoming so strict the older we get.
And it's just the different time zone and everything like that. Success is measured differently in our day and age versus theirs. Back in their day and age, it would be like, I'm successful because I'm working 90 hours a week.
They want every child to become a nurse. And now it's not even profitable to become a nurse.
Not at all.
Like, it's been proven to be like the most abusive place like to be at.
Absolutely. And it's just like we in our generation can become much more successful in less time. And then conversely, back in their generation, you didn't have to try so hard to be set. So what they're thinking, essentially, if they put in the effort that they did when they were young and, you know, successful or whatever have you, and did it in our time, they'd be nowhere. They'd be fucking on the street type of.
The dollar was worth more. Houses, you could buy like a nice 2-story house for like a couple grand. But now, like, I feel like the millennials and the boomers, I'm not too sure about the political side or what like actually happened back then, because who remembers? But they may have done something that put us in so much debt that now it's on us.
It was the boomers that did it, and the millennials were the first ones to deal with the repercussions. Now I can't go into the history facts of every single fucking deal that was made during that time, but essentially they fucked us out of everything that they were able to take advantage of during their, you know, young years and everything like that. And then, like I said, the millennials were the first ones to realize, like, damn, my parents were doing so well at my age. They had a house, 3 kids, and they were chilling. But now me, I can't do this shit. And that's why a lot of them are depressed, you know, anxieties and things. It's crazy. Our generation is the first one that's like, hold up, y'all not gonna play with us. Y'all not going to play with the Gen Z.
We're not going to put up with it.
Exactly. We understand, like, we are humans that need to be treated a certain way.
They used to take it. You're right. Our parents did take it and say, oh, well, I grew up with this. Like, grow up. Life can be worse.
Tough it up,
Right.
And then Gen X, they're
definitely not going to deal with it. Like, with the way, I feel like we're in an era where if you I'm going to say if you were young, but honestly, anybody, if you have a phone, if you go on TikTok, if you go on Instagram, you can do the same thing. Social media has become like one of the biggest places to earn money. Being an influencer, a content creator. Our parents don't believe in that.
And I mean, Gen X
you have to
kids,
make it, and not just a few $100s a month. You have to make it like thousands a month for your parents to be like, dang, you did something I never thought you could. I never thought like that stuff was real.
They barely even believed in the computer when they were younger. Like
exactly. Like, I know, like, when we like get to some huge point, like our parents are gonna be like, that is crazy.
Always.
The respect that comes from them. But I wanted to ask you, like, what do you think about the parents nowadays, like, wanting rent from their own kids?
I mean, I think it's fine. I think that's perfectly reasonable, just because, like, I think it depends on, like, the situation.
But a home that they've been living in, like a home their whole childhood home.
Yeah.
Two parents make great income to combine, and they start telling their kid, you gotta start paying rent if you gonna live here.
Now, if it's a lesson, like if it's like, look, you're gonna learn how the world works, and monthly you gotta pay rent. That's just part of society. That makes sense if you're trying to just teach them shit. But the parents that are like, oh, nope, you're getting evicted,
like,
and they actually kick their kids out.
Food, you don't pay rent, you in my air, don't touch my air conditioning. Like, I feel like parents are getting out of hand.
That's been something that's just on the raise. That's just been the norm for a lot of people, basically. I don't think it's necessarily rampant now. Maybe you could say it is just because COVID and everything. People had to move back home who were in college, things of that nature.
I feel like what I see, mostly a lot of young women are the ones really being pushed out of their homes, especially if maybe you're Black or Caribbean or maybe even Hispanic, and you have like brothers or like maybe male cousins or uncles, whoever living in your home. The girls are treated so much differently, and if you don't like it, boo, go. Like, parents are like, well, you gonna learn, like, and you would think that they would cherish their daughters more and like give their sons the tough lessons. But like, I have a friend who lives with like 4 brothers, and they're not expected to do a thing. She has to work, she has to go to an externship, she has to go to school, and they still, while she's at work, call every one of them, call her up and down, get groceries, go get food. When you come home, come take us here and there. And all the boys are sitting there. They all have cars paid off. She don't even have a good car. Like, no one really cares about her in the house. And she's been threatened to, like, be kicked out too. And she's like, if I go, y'all would have nothing here.
I think that's the point that a lot of young women have to realize. Like, if you're in a situation where you're doing a lot and you're being unappreciated, you have the choice to simply leave.
But what about, like, we're so hell-bent on not breaking up our families. We don't want to destroy these things, but it's the cards we're dealt with. Like, it's just simply unfair. Like, why is it this way? Why are our parents this way?
That's an impossibility to answer at our point in time, since we're not parents for one, we're not in their heads for two. But I don't know. I'd say it's really not a question of what's in their heads. I'd say it's a question of what's in my head, per se, because perhaps with the boys, like, I know in my case, like, if someone's asking me to do some dumb shit in my family, like, I'm gonna look at them and be like, no, that's some dumb shit. Like, I'm not going to do that. Perhaps it's the situation where the women aren't simply just putting their foot down, or just simply not stating, like, look, you're not gonna tell me what to do, because I'm who I am.
But that's when you get kicked out, you get evicted, and it's like, we don't see you doing that for any males. I have some cousins who've been to jail, who didn't graduate, didn't get a job, and they still being housed and la da da. But girls, if you don't become a nurse, if you don't cook full time, if you don't clean full time, da da da, you're not valuable here. You gotta go.
I think that's more so just the people being weird, like just not being the smartest, I guess. Like, it's just crazy to think about, like, why people would do that when perhaps it's a situation of, we know you can do better. This person is just gonna be here until they're 52 type of shit, but you can be somewhere.
I saw this quote. It was fathers being shocked that their daughters won't put up with the shit their wives did.
Period, yeah.
Simply that. Like,
exactly,
your dad
that.
is like, do this, that, and you're like, I mean, it's wrong to say, go ask mommy to do that. But then it's like, she also shouldn't be, like, doing that.
It's literally exactly what you just said. Like, in a way, the dads are almost trying to project their wives onto their daughters and things like that.
Because they feel like they're training you to be someone else's wife. And trust us, we don't want no man. Like, they say, well, of course, like, fatherless behavior for women who, like, didn't have, like, dads. But the girls who do have dads, like, if you treat Like, not necessarily treating our moms bad, maybe just traditional wife where they cook and clean all the time. But, like, don't expect your daughters to end up that way. Because they probably saw, like, you treating the mom in a certain way that they never want to be treated. They never want to be cleaning up after, cleaning up after a man is okay, but, like, a man who simply just leaves everything everywhere, like, doesn't even, like, think, like, oh, I shouldn't, like, have to move to the kitchen. Like, anything like that, like, us daughters have seen it. And we don't want no parts of that.
Mm-hmm. And just the idea of traditional anymore is just, the idea of traditional is changing at this point in time, whether we like it to or not, but...
If you treat a woman well, she will fall into that traditional role because she's loving you with this service because you love her well.
Mm-hmm.
But being demanded to act a certain way is like, no. Like, if you're a guy who's not attentive and is, like, always out and spend quality time with your woman, but you expect her to cook and clean, you're probably not going to get that from her willingly. But if you're a man who's, about her, who cares, brings flowers, just is there, she going to be like, I'm going to cook for him, I'm going to make him some work lunch, I'm going to do his laundry. Like, women just naturally fall into that role when they love their man.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Am I the asshole if I asked my girlfriend to put on some makeup for a party? He's basically saying that she looked too rough to be around his friends.
She was like, babe, I'm ready. And he was like,
you forgot your face. Where's
oh,
that?
you wearing that? That's what you wearing? Yeah.
That's what we're doing today?
Together. You're like, oh, well, maybe you could do your hair a little bit. You got a flat iron in there, a blow dryer.
Your eyelashes not popping right now.
Like, what kind of lashes are those? Oh, I'm not wearing lashes. Maybe you should. Maybe some gloss, a little blush.
All right, okay. Edit. Very clear, I'm the asshole. Won't make that mistake again. At least he's learned some character development.
Oh, God.
Okay, let's see here.
They ate him up in the comments.
So, just typing out the title, it sounds terrible. I love my girlfriend. I love the way she looks. I love her humor, everything. We've been dating since college and are now almost 30.
Damn.
I was invited to a birthday party by some friends recently, and they asked me if my girlfriend was coming. I always talk about her and hype her up, so they were all excited to meet her.
Aww.
Facts. The day of the party.
I see where this is going. They're like all hyped up, like, all right, she gotta be bad or something.
And they're
he's
just
like, babe, I talked a lot about you. You gotta do something.
Oh, that's crazy. Not she's only bad with the makeup.
Oh, wow.
The day of the party comes and she's looking amazing. She has some nice jeans on and a cute crop top.
Okay.
I noticed she wasn't wearing any makeup. So I asked her if she was going to put some on.
Well,
already,
some girls don't really want to wear makeup for certain parties if they know they're gonna go all out. Like, some people can sweat their makeup off, like, if they don't got that good. So they might be like, oh, I'm about to be on the dance floor. I don't really want to wear makeup.
They're gonna be looking like a frosted cake all around.
Exactly. But some people, I would say some people who do full faces, maybe they just don't dance. They don't really get so sweaty because their face stays perfect, like, the whole time. So
she took this terribly, reasonably, and made it sound like I was making her out as some sort of trophy wife or girlfriend.
Or a troll. Like, imagine just getting dressed and your man is like,
you gonna put on some makeup?
And you're like,
what would you do if I told you to put on some makeup?
I would be like, well, first, I'd be like, I'm sorry? And you'd be like, you're gonna put on some makeup. I just asked a question.
Well,
and
damn, the homies are gonna be there, bruh. Like,
and I'd be like, and I'm with you. Are you saying you gonna feel embarrassed? Like,
that's crazy.
Just feel hurt, anger. Hopefully, like, she's not an insecure person. So instead of, like, being, like, sad and, like, wanting to, like, stay home, she's more angry and, like, you know what? I'm putting on a revenge dress. How about that?
God. Keep in mind, I never asked this from her. When we go out on dates, I could care less what she looks like. That's also bad as well. You can't just say, oh, I don't care, baby. Look, you always look good. You can't just say, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's also going to be a red flag.
That generic-ass answer means you're not paying attention to anything she wears. So you look good enough, anything.
Yeah, exactly. It's also not like she never wears makeup. Whenever she goes out with the girls, she's all done up. At least for me, if I were being introduced to some friends of my girlfriend, I would try to look my best for her. I want to look as good as I can to make her look good as well.
Pause. So there's something that girls say about that. When it comes to girls going out, they'll try to wear their skimpiest dress, have their full face done, wig on, everything, because it's like the girls competing together. I'm not really competing, I guess. They gonna take a group photo and stuff. Like some girls just want to look good when they with their friends because they all just gonna look good together. But like when they're with their man, they feel more of like, I'm trying to be in a humble, like, you know, a light beat, hair done, looking cute, but I'm not looking skimpy with him because I'm trying to like respect him and not dress too skimpy so he thinks I'm trying to get other people's attention. So I guess it just depends on what kind of girl you have. Like not girls don't always go skimpy for every event, you know? It depends. Like with their friends, like, okay, but I'm not trying to get no man. It's just because we're all looking good together. It's not for anybody else.
Right.
It's just, you know, maybe she's trying to look humble for you and not skimpy so you think that she's trying to attract his friends.
Reasonable. Alrighty. We are practically married at this point, and I see her as an extension of me and vice versa. I also understand I have no say or control in what she wants to do or wear, so I most likely am the asshole for even asking. Am I the asshole?
Jeez, like you basically just said, like, look, you represent me, and right now,
you're not doing a good job.
Good
you're not. You're not doing enough to represent me. This is a business right here. The business in the front, bro. Like you gotta come correct.
And you not pulling your weight. Like, I can't have you standing next to me when people know what all of this looks like.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
He said, you got to make me look better than I look already by myself, which is, you know, kind of king shit if I say so myself.
It's just the way he approached it was such an asshole way. But there are ways to tell someone to get dressed up, making them feel good. Like, hey, babe, like, right now, you know, it's your first time meeting everyone. I want them to be as jaw-dropped as I am when I see you.
Yeah, I think it comes down to just like male ignorance as to why he's the asshole. Because it's like one of those things you would see in a sitcom. Like, what did I do?
Literally, he's like, she went to the bathroom crying. I have no reason why. I just told her she looks like shit. Like,
in the best way possible.
Instead of being like, babe, no, we're not doing casual fits. We're doing fancy fits. He was like, that's what you're wearing.
No, literally. Like, he should have told her in advance. Be like, hey, yo, look, I'm going to get a little bit more dressed up. I don't want you up there with me.
Because, like, if you ever told me we're going somewhere, I would say, so what we doing? Bummy? Casual? Fancy? Boho? Like, like, what kind of vibe? But just to, like, get all dressed up, like, in his Dominican pants, pointy shoes, being like, what is that, honey?
So, is he the asshole?
Yeah.
Inadvertently, I'd say so. Inadvertently, just because of how, it's not what he said per se, but how he said it and how he came across. You made
it sound like you care so much more about what your friends think than her feelings.
That whole trophy wife thing.
And then the way you said it made it seem like she ain't a trophy wife. You should be like, my girl is the baddest person in the room. I love her so much, blah, blah, blah. Like, you said no matter what she wears, she looks good, but you didn't make her feel that way. Yeah. So what you think? He's an asshole?
I'd say so.
I'd say so. I also have a little juicy tidbit, and I haven't read this one, okay? I told my girlfriend's best friend that we don't have to be friends. Will my girlfriend be mad at me?
Shouldn't.
Am I wrong how I've been acting towards her best friend?
Probably not.
Just from that title, I'm just thinking, like, you have to have a reason to be mean to her. I'm hoping it turns out to be something like, oh, her best friend be giving me googly eyes, so I'm mean to her, you know?
Because I'm mean to her. That's perfect reason to be mean to her.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's one of those. Not just like, leave me alone, biatch. Like, okay. So, my girlfriend and I had a bit of a rocky relationship. Damn. We broke up 10 months ago.
Oh, I thought he was about to say 10 times.
That would be crazy.
I thought he was about to say 10 times.
Like, why do you keep trying at that point? And we've been back together for 4 months. It's been going well, and I admit that I was the problem and the reason our relationship ended. I did not cheat or anything. I just didn't want to get more serious. I wanted to keep it as it was. And we broke up. I apologized, and she told me to fuck off. I mean, well...
Apologize to who?
Her.
The girl?
The girlfriend.
Wait, where's this?
I guess he apologized to her for being a dickhead and the reason they broke up, and she was like, "Fuck off."
Okay, but they're back together now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess maybe in the process of them getting back together.
She said, "Fuck off." Yeah.
Yeah. So if they broke up 10 months ago, I assumed they were in a relationship, and he was like, I'm too afraid to get to maybe 2, 3, 4 years.
So it was basically 6 months that they weren't together because they broke up 10 months ago and they've been together now for 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
No, 10 months ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that happened. After that, I got therapy and worked on myself.
Oh,
That's when I tried again. But this time she was willing to hear me out. Okay, so they were separated for 10 months. His first attempt to get her back. She was like, "Fuck you, get away from me. You said you weren't serious about me.
And then
why would I
want
to be
help.
with you?"
Yeah. And then brother got some help, and now she's like, "Okay, you're a tolerable person now."
Yeah, but she's like, "Well, if you didn't want to be together 4 months ago, why would we be together now?"
Mm-hmm.
And she took him back. The last 4 months have been great. Some of her friends still give me the side eye and understand why. Yeah, because girl code, we gonna be like, "Why are you here?"
I already know why he's telling them girls, "Fuck you," and I couldn't be happier about it. Couldn't be happier
I understand why her friends are bitches, because like if a guy hurt my friend, I'm not gonna want to hear a thing he says. Whenever he's like, "Oh babe, I love you," I'd be like, "Yeah, sure he does. Like, please." Sure he does. He's gonna do the same thing again. You know,
but just know, those are the friends that are your haters. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, like, you like someone until they hurt your friend, and then you're like, "I don't like you." Let's see. I've never held that against them. And they've actually started to warm up to me because I proved to her friends that I really did change. However, she has one friend who really hates my guts. And it seems that there's nothing I can do about it. My girlfriend and her friend are roommates. So this friend who hates his guts lives with her. So I'm assuming that's the friend that she spills all the tea to. Like, the other friends aren't as in the know as this one. So this one's like, "No, because you told me all this stuff and now you back with him. How am I supposed to like him?"
No, she just wants to eat her coochie, bro. Like, ain't no fucking way, bro. Like, that's the only reason why these girls get so involved. Like, ain't no reason she's going to continue hating day in and day out, trying to break. She just wants to eat her coochie.
Some friends also just want to live through you. Or some friends are jealous of you.
They're losers. Period.
I will say, if a guy did you dirty, depending on what kind of dirty, because there are some things like you just don't forgive. Like, you didn't slip and fall into someone's coochie, so that, like, you don't forgive those people. You're like, you know, you knew what you were doing. But, like, let's say maybe he was a little mean to her, they broke up, they got back together. That you can forgive if he truly shows that he's a different person. But, like, I wouldn't trust someone who slipped and fell into some coochie and was like, "I love you now."
Slip and fall into some coochie, I'm dead.
Right, like slip and fell into someone's DMs a couple, triple, 300 times. It was an accident, but I just kept going, you know? Anyways, I was at my girlfriend's apartment while she was in the shower. I was watching TikToks on my computer in her living room, and the TikTok I was enjoying was this couple's prank where one pretends to give advice on how not to get caught cheating. No!
What? Wait, what kind of what TikTok is this?
How?
A couple.
Not. I don't know, like a couple channel, a couple page on TikTok posted a video saying how not to get caught cheating while this hater ass friend is in the house. That is so awful with timing.
I can't even wrap my head around that one. Like, what?
It's just a video that says how not to get caught cheating. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure it's somebody being an asshole, like, 1, you lock the door. 2, you put your phone on D&D. You know, like some shit like that.
Some dumb
and the
shit.
friend creeps in like,
"Excuse me?"
oh, I'm about to tell her and be like, girl, I knew he ain't shit. I knew he didn't change. He in there getting some tips on how to cheat on you.
Yeah, like because people are going to TikTok looking for tips on how to. I would look at her. Oh my god!
I'd be like, you idiot. Are you for real? Like, of course, you probably watched it out of humor, but like, due to the circumstance, So, and I remember my girlfriend's best friend was behind me, but I didn't realize she was looking at my screen though. And I kind of thought the reason she was doing that was because I was laughing. That's crazy. So she's behind him, and he's deep into it, and she's like, and he's like, that's a good one. And she's like, oh, really?
She's just looking for problems. That's the shit. That's the type of person you cannot have in your life.
Yeah, I understand. She definitely was looking for some problems.
She wants her friend to be as miserable as she obviously is.
She wants her friend to get rid of that guy, basically. And she's like, oh, this is going to be the reason for sure. And maybe I was annoying her or something. So I went into my girlfriend's room and continued to watch them in there. Then about 10 minutes later, my girlfriend comes. Oh my God.
What?
My girlfriend comes in the room demanding to see my phone or my laptop. Like, that's crazy. Like, so friend told her, like, girl, you ain't gonna believe this. Your man is a cheat. I just saw him watching these videos. And she was like, girl, I don't believe you. And he's like, girl, like, the video was like, change her name to your mother's name so she'll never know. And now she's like, let me see it, because her friend hyped it up and probably didn't say it was just a funny video and was just like, oh, he's looking up how to cheat on you now that you knew the game. So I calmly asked her what this is about, and that's when she says, Sydney told me she saw you searching up how not to get caught cheating.
Exactly. And that's just point blank period. You just can't have these people in your life. You can't have them in your life. They're just looking for something to make you miserable. Until
Sydney and your girl sit down and like have a real talk, like, girl, I'm giving him a chance. So yes, like this is why you can't tell some friends everything, because they hold on to every little detail. And they use that against you to not let you move forward when you have. Like when you tell your dad everything about your relationship, you break up, you get back together, and your dad's like, nah, you know, like you don't tell everybody everything.
This is what I tell nobody anything.
Right.
Nobody nothing.
So after that, I calmly described to her what I was actually doing, and I showed her. She calmed down and apologized. I admit I was still a bit upset about the situation because I went through hell to get my girlfriend back, and I was upset that her friend would try to break us up. No, I get it. Like, you took... What's the word I'm looking for? Like, he took responsibility? Yes! He took responsibility and said, I was an asshole to you. I know that. But I've been working on it in therapy, and I want to be the man for you because you're the woman for me, and I was just too dumb to realize it. And her friend is like, yeah, but you were an asshole back then. And he's like, girl, like, let it go. We've all let it go. Can you get out of our business? The only thing in the way, because it definitely seems like you and your girlfriend love each other, is this friend who's not going to let y'all be because she lives there and she all in your business.
I would make sure to get in my girl's guts that night loud enough that she's hearing it from her lonely ass room across the hall. I would be... Let me stop.
Annoying. But it does suck that her friend is making her look bad by making her get upset at her man. And he's like, you don't trust me?
I would be pissed.
But it's hard to not get into that, like, angry, like, phase when your friend is like, I saw it was right there, and you're like...
That's why you choose your friends carefully. Yeah. You're better off with no friends versus bad friends.
Shit. However, I know why she hates me though. But just because I understand why she did what she did, I still don't have to like her. And since I haven't spoken a word to her, whenever she's around, I don't acknowledge her presence. And I've stopped going to my girlfriend's apartment. My girlfriend comes to mind only now, and she's been spending a lot of time here. It's to the point where she asks for a key and to keep some stuff here. And we've built a little farm for her pet bunny. That's so cute.
Aw, see what happens when you cut these bad people out of your life? Your life flourishes.
I was just about to say that.
Your life fucking flourishes because you don't have these negative vampires sucking the life out of you.
You let go of the curse in your relationship, and now you're actually moving forward into that seriousness.
Look at that. Ain't that something?
It's cute. She started asking to have friends over. Oh, God. There must be more.
Oh, my God. She wants to bring the problems back. Literally. Like, damn.
They're not going to have anything nice to say. They're going to come over and just be like, oh,
they're going to come over single as hell.
And they're going to be like, didn't you see that? Like, any little thing, they're going to be like, did you see that? Like, some friends who don't have anything going on for themselves don't realize some relationships aren't linear, like with emotions. You have your ups and downs, and that's okay. Ups and downs aren't like grounds to like block someone out of your life, but your friend sees one little thing and she's like, leave him, and you're like, why? We're human, we have emotions, we do things sometimes, like it's all right. Communication, you work on it. And those people will learn. They will learn either if they get into a relationship and they're like, oh, damn, we have ups and downs. Or they're going to learn the hard way by cutting every good person out of their life for a small thing. And they'll never be happy. So, hey. She asked to have friends over because she basically lives here now. And I said, yes. Oh, damn.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Because he's a good guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, of course he did. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. But I don't acknowledge the presence of her best friend. She's still invisible. I know she's mad as hell. Like, I know you see me. Once, when my girlfriends were over, when my girlfriend's friends were over, her best friend apologized to me. Okay, and I accepted it. I then told her I understand why she did what she did. And she wasn't satisfied with that because she still said I looked mad. Well, I mean, what do you want?
I'm not your friend. Like,
you want him to kiss you or something and hug you, tell you everything's gonna be okay?
Facts, like, nah, you did me wrong. Like, we can sit here and acknowledge that and be cool now, be cordial. But what you want out of me? Like,
I don't like that friend. She's like, there's something about a person who's so opinionated and who needs everything to be exactly the way they want it. Like, you couldn't have just apologized and he said, thank you. And you're like, okay, so now you apologize to me now.
No, she wanted more reaction out of him. She wanted to, like, she's like, hey, I'm sorry. Like, obviously she's jealous. That's, like, the big part probably.
It's giving she apologized to make herself feel better. Like, okay, well, I apologize, so. And he's like, so what? It's like, you gonna apologize to me? You gonna follow me on Instagram now? Like.
No, bitch.
Right? That's when I said, I understand why you did what you did. And I hold nothing against you. I honestly love your best friend with everything in my heart. And I understand that you do too. But just because we love the same person doesn't mean we have to be friends.
Period.
He's being the adult here. Like, he honestly could have been like, you need to cut off your friends because I don't like what they're doing to us. And that wouldn't be right. That's kind of like, damn. But, shut up. That wouldn't exactly be right. But I think they did the right thing by distancing themselves away from them. So they were no longer involved and the problems were gone. But now you're trying to bring your friends back in it and you're bringing problems. She looked hurt and said she had a good reason, not like me, but I didn't have a good reason for me not to like her. Oh, she had good reasons not to like him is what she's saying.
But he didn't have a good reason to not like her, is what she's saying.
No. She's not understanding how emotions work. You have to be, like, emotionally, like, intelligent to understand why you're upset and also be like, okay, but I know why you're upset too.
No, she's I wouldn't say that it's her not being emotionally intelligent. I'd say it's her invalidating what he's feeling versus what he made her feel type shit. Like, she doesn't care about how homeboy's feeling at all type shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting.
She doesn't. She's like, you're right. She's like, you have to forgive me. and like you don't really have a reason to be mad at me anyway.
Like you should be forgiving me more than you're forgiving me currently, type shit.
Like I shouldn't even have to apologize.
Facts. This isn't my fault that we're having this problem.
Your fault in the beginning, anyways.
Yep.
So we're all excused.
Yeah, she said like it was a freebie for me, basically.
My girlfriend said I was too hard on her for what I was doing, and I showed her. She calmed. What? That don't make no sense. I'm sorry. I paused because I was like, what is he trying to say? I think his girlfriend knows what happened, and she's like, oh, you're too hard on her. And she told his girlfriend, well, she apologized to me, and then he apologized to his girlfriend. I'm not sure what the heck that. You got to go back and revise that sentence because we don't know what you're saying. I admit I was still a bit upset about the situation because I went through hell to get my girlfriend back, and I was upset that her friend was still trying to break us up. However, I know why she hates me, but just because I understand doesn't mean I have to like her. And since I haven't spoken a word to her, whenever she's around, I don't acknowledge her presence.
Did you start reading it over again?
My girlfriend believes I was too hard on her best friend, but she understands that I don't want to be her friend. Was I too harsh?
Absolutely not. Like, I feel at that point in time, like, women either have awful friends or they have no friends. Which, you know what? I would prefer no friends. Easily.
I feel like I've heard that women don't take accountability somewhere, like in a funny video.
I wonder where.
And that's what's giving in this. Like, she's not really taking accountability, and she's continuing to paint you as the bad guy. You're the bad guy for your mistakes. You're the bad guy for watching this video. You're the bad guy for not, like, taking me as a friend. You're the bad guy. You're the bad guy.
I hate women are very cynical creatures. Like, they will do things like knowing in the back of their mind that it's problematic and in a way toxic,
but pulls the I'm a girl card
and continues, or not even just pulls that, just just doesn't understand that there are consequences to these actions, for one. And then two, I've seen women try to project their own insecurities, their own issues, their own angers onto one of their friends, just trying to make them think the same way that they do, like a hive mind type shit. Like,
what are you doing? We discussed that we're gonna do this. We not gonna do nothing. This ain't your relationship. Like we discussed something, but that don't mean I'm gonna do what you want me to.
Like these strong modern women, like echo chamber shits. Like they're just yelling the same BS, no
coaches
accountability.
That haven't been in the field, or coaches who currently aren't in the field, and it's like you can't make people do something that you wouldn't do. Because be for real,
living vicariously through you, yeah.
But it's also most of these advice is dumb. Because some women, or most women, most people in general, when you love someone, unless something terrible was done to you, you go for the second chance. So you, in reality, wouldn't just cut someone out of your life. And if you would, you're lonely, I guess. I don't know. You're a strong person,
it makes
but you're lonely.
As a person like that, you either choose bad company or no company. And it's just when you have that situation of no company, that's I feel where you get the most personal growth out of, because you don't have any whispers coming out of any other angle besides the ones that you actually care about. If someone's talking nonsense about one thing and you're sitting here thinking damn son, I don't want to hear this. What are you talking about right now? Why are you being like this?
I feel if you have friends like that, it's your responsibility to be your own person. Like you said, that hive mindset only works for people who can't think for themselves. So if you can think for yourself, you should have approached it differently. I'm talking about the girlfriend. Mm-hmm. When your friend told you, oh, he did this and that, you should be instead of let me see your phone.
Yeah.
You should have been babe, I don't know what she talking about.
5 alarm, yeah.
Yeah, she was just saying something in the corner about were you watching some sort of weird video? That, yes, but like I need to see some devices and some video history right now.
Yeah, because
like,
if you come in crazy like that, I'd be liable to say just like, look, I'd give you my phone, but if you look through this right now, we're done. Like, you gonna have that choice. Like, you gonna come hot and heavy demanding my phone, or you gonna
just
take a
ask
breath?
me what the hell? Because
Yeah.
you already can tell your friend. I don't know. And it sounds like you never make your friend take accountability. Like, it's funny how I'm not even talking about the guy. I'm like, you know what? We're not even on you right now. Your girlfriend, are you the asshole?
Because, I mean, the guy has acknowledged every one of his faults. He's like, look, yeah, it was me. I did it. I'm guilty. So he said, like, he went and gone through the shits to actually be a better person. And not a lot of people do that shit. Like, go to therapy to then come back and be like, look,
Literally,
I did this for us to be better.
He could have went to therapy and chose somebody else.
He could have fucked his therapist.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Point is, he could have done a lot of other things. But he got therapy to come back to her and tell her he loves her.
Now you have a key to his apartment, and he has a place for your little pet.
I know her friend was like getting lonely that she wasn't staying at like their apartment anymore. Pot. Yeah, exactly. That's so funny. That's so funny.
Honestly, her friend should have been a better friend or a straight up friend to her friend and said, girl, get out of my relationship. I'm sorry. It's not yours. Like, I don't even want to talk about her boyfriend. I want to talk about the girlfriend. You're not protecting your boyfriend from your friends, and you let your friends act crazy towards your boyfriend. Like, whose side are you really on? Pick a side. Okay, well, that was our my story. Now we have our next segment. It's a game. This one, I have a few riddles for you, and I try to pick some easy ones, but like, you're just so smart, I feel like you would get these.
I'm good at riddles. I like riddles. Riddles are my thing, I'd say.
Okay. So I want you to think out loud. I want to hear your thought process as you're trying to.
And I haven't seen these, so I don't know.
Exactly. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we have our next segment, 3 riddles. Okay, the first one. You can ask me to repeat it if you need me to. You cannot keep me until you have given me. What
a secret.
am I? No.
What?
I feel like you're warm, but no.
Well.
You cannot keep me until you have given me.
You cannot keep me until you've given me. Ooh.
You're close with a secret. You're close. That's all I'm gonna say.
Damn. Can't keep me until you've given me.
I feel like it's there, but you have a mind block.
Like a promise?
You're very hot.
What is it?
Oh, do you tap out?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were very close with a secret or a promise. It's your word.
Your word? You can't keep your until you give it. Yeah, you give your word. I guess. That's just like a variation of the ones I already knew.
I was like, it's right there. You just have like a little mental block. So the answer is your word. Second one. You're going to get this one. No, I'm going to switch it. Okay. Because that one was I see how good you are. I'm not giving you this easy one. I'm going to give that to the audience. I shave every day, but my beard stays the same. Who am I? So it's kind of easy too. Dang.
The barber?
Yes.
That's like what gets wet as it dries. Is that the next one?
So shocking. Okay, next one.
She found the easiest riddle she could possibly.
No.
Fifth grade riddles and shit.
I'm not doing this. You know what? Since you think you so smart.
I'm dead, son.
Since you think I'm not standing for this.
I got something.
Oh no, I'm not good at these. Wait a minute.
I got one.
Okay.
What's something that everyone has but no one can lose? Do 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 do. Something everybody has, but no one can lose.
Time?
No, you can lose time. You go to jail.
True. Everyone has.
Mm-hmm.
But their nose, like.
Shit, I seen some animal attacks I would say differently.
Everyone has.
But no one can lose.
Your mind?
Mm-mm.
What is it?
A shadow.
Shut the fuck
A
up.
shadow.
That is you.
You're in a dark room, the shadow just gets bigger. You're in a light room, the shadow just gets smaller under your feet, basically.
Dang it.
Boom.
Okay, I gotta find some harder ones for you. What goes all the way around the world but stays in a corner?
What goes all the way around the world but stays in a corner?
I was looking at the hard ones, like, nah, he's not that good at riddles. Apparently, he's a pro.
What goes around the world but stays in riddles?
In a corner.
In a corner. What am I saying? Is it a play on words type of riddle?
Mm-mm. There's a physical object as an answer.
Goes around the world but stays in a corner.
Let me know when you give up, since you're not good at riddles.
What are the four corners of the planet? I don't know.
Are you giving up?
Yeah.
A stamp.
But stays in the... Oh! Oh my God. Stays in the corner of the envelope. That's some old bullshit.
What two words added together contain the most letters?
What two words added together have the most letters? Two words added together. Alphabet? I don't know. Like bet?
Is that your final answer?
No, that's not my final dandy. Oh, two words put together. Oh my gosh. I feel like I know the form the answer is going to be in, but I don't know the words. What is it?
Post office. So instead of a letters as in like alpha.
Oh my
alphabet,
God. What
letters.
two words have the most letters? Oh my God. Post office.
I want to do two more now. This is getting good. What has a head and a tail but no body? You don't get that one.
Has a head and a tail.
He's gonna get this one.
Shit. My sperm? I don't know.
Is that your final answer?
Sure, yeah.
A coin.
Oh, damn.
I thought you would get that one.
I could have thought about that one a little harder.
A little harder.
If I thought about that one a little harder, I could have gotten that.
Okay. One more.
There was
I like this.
Go ahead.
I like this one. The man who invented it doesn't need it. The man who bought it doesn't want it. The man who needs it doesn't know. What is it?
The man who made it doesn't need it.
Mm-hmm.
The man who needs it
Bought it.
The man who bought it doesn't want it, and the man who needs it doesn't know it.
This one's nice. I like this one. This is my favorite riddle, and it's like for a third grader.
Don't say that. It made me look dumb as shit.
This shit looks dumb.
The man who made it doesn't need it.
The man who bought it doesn't want it. The man who needs it doesn't know. Think hard.
The man who made it doesn't. The man who bought it doesn't want it. Why would you buy something you don't want?
It's not for you.
It's not for you. And the
bought it for
person who
someone else.
needs it doesn't know it. The truth.
So the man who invented it, I would give you another chance just because of that. The man who invented it.
Damn. The man who invented the truth.
Doesn't need it.
Oh my God. I don't know. What is this one?
A coffin.
Well, damn. Well, damn.
The man who needs it, and the man who invented it doesn't want it.
a coffin. The man who bought it doesn't need it. Of course, you're not the one buying your own coffin.
The man who needs it doesn't
know it. Oh my God, that's horrifying. That's horrifying. A man who needs it doesn't know he needs it yet. That's some Batman riddles right there, like some the Riddler shit.
Literally.
There was one that he said in the game that if you're a gamer, you're gonna know it. He was in Arkham Asylum, like their psychiatrist district or whatever, and he was telling the nurse, he said, I got a riddle for you. He said, what has 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs in the evening? It's a play on a famous riddle that was said by the Sphinx in a story. I can't remember what the story was at this point. The original answer would be a bug, or something like that. Or a human, a human. We crawl on 4 legs at the morning of our life. We walk on 2 in the afternoon, and then we hobble on 3 in the evening of our lives and shit like that. And so
hobble on 3?
With a cane and shit like that.
I was
with a cane. I got 3 legs always, that's besides the point. But the Riddler, instead of having it be a human, so 3 different stages of humanity, he said all 3 is a baby. And then the nurse was just like, how could you make jokes like that? And he responded with, because it's not my baby. That riddle you told me right there gave me that type of energy.
Damn.
That's just twisted.
Damn. Shit. Ooh, I got the shivers with that one. But we have, since we love our get it off the chest segment so much, we have a true off my chest story. You want to read it or you want me to read it?
You can read it.
Okay, so this one's kind of like, I feel like we should talk about this because it's so common. My girlfriend owns the house and brings it up in every disagreement we have. And I'm so over it. Like, I feel like people should have a lot of conversations in relationships, but some of them just don't get said when you're with the right partner, because y'all don't even think about that. Oh, if I got the money, I spend it. If you got the money, you spend it. If we both don't have the money, we don't spend it. But you never really have a partner who's like, all right, I'm noticing how much I'm spending. And
they're like clocking you and shit like that, like watching you.
You did this morning, you did this afternoon, So if you have a partner where every time you argue, she's like, oh, well, you in my roof. You under my roof. That's like, sorry?
You got one time to say that. You got one time.
But the amount of disrespect you have for someone.
You got that one time to get your mind right, because obviously you've gone momentarily insane. Fucking insane. You talking to me crazy. Fucking Bruno Mars. This bitch.
No, that's crazy. Imagine your partner, like even your husband, you under his mortgage, and he's like, "You in my house." You're like
who? Like you the father now? Like,
okay, I'm gonna give me an apartment then. Like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna be in my house then. Shit. Today was yet another occurrence of this. My girlfriend is someone that doesn't understand, or maybe just doesn't care, that people might need to sleep more than her. If she wakes up at 6 a.m. on a Saturday morning, everyone else should too. What the fuck?
Asshole.
That's kind of rude.
Okay, wait. Before we even go further, I'm already realizing my man's, he beta as hell. He's not the alpha in the house. That's why he's having these problems. He's not being the man of his house. If those are his problems,
he's letting her run everything.
Yeah, even if it's not his house, quote unquote, but it's
still. I'm sure he pays. Oh, but we don't know that yet.
I'd hope he pays bills, but either way, there's just like, if you handling what you need to be handling as a man, like you said earlier, women fall into that like submissive role. Men would typically fall into that dominant one.
Exactly.
If you letting her run you like that, wouldn't let that shit happen to me though.
Like, you better be saying like you don't have a job or something if you just letting her run over you. Because if you play your part as well, why would you let someone do that? Even if you don't have a job, Why would you let someone run over you like that? Like, shit, that don't make me, like, less worthy.
You're gonna be a butt booty naked ass bum if you
You're
let that
so
happen.
annoying. A butt booty naked. I can't believe you. Today was one of those days. I asked her gently. You gently? Turn off the fucking music. Right. Gently. If she would mind, honey, do you mind if I sleep until 7? Like.
Oh my God, son.
She could just go out to the couch and watch something on her iPad with her headphones. Like, it's crazy that you even have to. Because personally, like you and I, if we were to ever, like, you know, wake up early.
You don't wake up early.
I mean, yeah, I don't. But if I was awake and you were asleep, I would most likely watch something on low volume. Or if you woke up like at 6 a.m., you would just leave the room because there are other rooms in the house. Like, if you know someone's asleep, I don't see why. Or
that's just inconsiderate.
It is. In her mind, this was totally unacceptable. Who is she, your mother?
Fact, like, unacceptable? Unacceptable.
I had to get up too. What? We had nothing planned for the day. So it's not like there's some hurry to get up. She simply can't accept that I might need to sleep longer than her. So I got up, but was in a grumpy mood. She noticed and commented on it. I said something about how maybe I didn't want to get up at 6 a.m. on a Saturday, and that if she could just let me sleep in a little bit longer, I might wake up in a better mood. Imagine having to ask someone to let you sleep in a little longer. She sounds like a biatch. I'm sorry. What?
This, like, okay, it's a very common thing, I believe. The fact that, like, we have this strong woman and this demasculated man. Like, he has nothing. Like, you're asking if you can sleep longer? You're
asking someone to keep it down at 6 a.m. and she's like, what? Get up. No, it's unacceptable for you to be sleeping. Because I'm awake. You need to be awake. Let your man, like, breathe, bro. Like, I had a friend where, like, I don't think it's about, I guess it's just someone who doesn't know they deserve better. Because I had a friend who, his girlfriend was a dick to him. Like, she didn't work. He got a job that paid him well in construction. He blew all of that money on her. I think he even bought her a car. But he would work 12-hour shifts and come home tired and want to sleep, and she would blast music in his ears and stuff, like, stay awake. And I'm like, I'm sorry, why the fuck were you putting up with this? First of all, he was putting up with stuff that would have got her rocked, bro. And, like, she would just, like, storm out and, like, start walking down the highway or something. And, like, his family would have to go drive around and find her to take her back. And I was like, what are you putting up with? This is crazy.
Oh, my God.
Like, some people have the audacity to act like an animal.
You see, because I'm not the type of person to handle that. Because if someone, let's say, if you would have texted me, like, you didn't pay enough attention to me, I'm walking down the highway, I'd look at it and just knock like, back, because you know
you're insane.
I'm not
like you're insane.
God's calling you back to his kingdom quicker than he's calling me, so obviously that's why you out on the street like that, because you're trying to get caught up.
And, like, it's crazy that you would do things. I'm pretty sure she purposely, like, locked the family out the house because she was living in their house rent free. She showed up one day and just stayed. And, like, locked them out at one point.
That's so crazy.
And his family was just as nice as him to not kick her out because she was also having problems with her mother.
Oh, I wonder why.
So her mother done kicked her out, didn't care where she was, who she was living with, who was taking care of her.
Reasonable.
So that's where she learned it from. But he put up with a lot of stuff. Like, she put her hands on him. And, like, now he's dating someone and is so happy with her, but he still is, like, he has so much trauma from that girl.
That's so funny. That's funny. This sucks, but that's funny.
What is funny about that? What part?
I don't know. Just the fact that he's now doing better. I just would love people to simply just do better.
Oh,
just all around.
That girl broke up with him, right? He was devastated. He wanted her back when she was, like, being abusive towards him, right? So She broke up with him because she cheated on him with her ex-girlfriend. So she left him for said ex-girlfriend. And then ex-girlfriend left her and she came back to him and he was like, all right.
Oh my God.
And then so they got back together.
See, I can't, like, when you do that, you're welcoming these types of lives into your existence, bro. You can't do it, man.
Like,
Put
you
your
don't
feet
care
down.
about yourself at all. You might as well be on like a freaking Love and Hip Hop Atlanta at that point. Might as well get a reality TV show on you.
Literally, son. Like, if you're gonna be miserable, you might as well make millions.
Some money.
Yeah, while you being miserable.
Yeah. So, like she does every time we have any sort of disagreement, she tells me, well, it's my house. If you don't like it, you can move out.
That's how you know. That guy's a bum. That guy's a bum. Like, I simply, like, if you heard that, like, that would be the greatest pre-workout. That would be the greatest motivation to get you going, like, oh, word. This is your house. I ain't realized
And then,
it.
like, you also mentioned how women treat men differently just because of status. Like, he's not acting like the man. So she's like, I'm pushing the boundary, and I'm going to push it because you're not going to do nothing.
He's not the breadwinner, so he can't do anything.
I don't even know if it's about money. I feel like it's just about power. He's just submissive. He's letting her walk over him because we don't even know his job status yet. Because he said, bro, it's Saturday. Can I sleep in a little bit? So I'm assuming he works if he's saying it like that. Like, it's Saturday. Come on.
I don't know, man. He can't possibly, like, in my headcanon, this guy can't possibly have a job, have a backbone. I know he just sitting in some dookie stained underwear. Like this is somebody that she has to put together every single morning.
I don't know.
So if it's anything other than that, homeboy just he's his own problem.
I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I'm just like, dang, like, you let her treat you like that. And like, if you can talk to someone that supposedly is your partner, like, you can move out. You not care about your partner? Why would you never suggest things like, if you're married, you never say divorce, because like, if you just bring that up into the air, it's like,
I didn't know divorce was an issue.
No, it's that's not a joke. Like, you don't move past that. That's always gonna be in someone's head. Like, you said divorce. You said you would divorce me. And it's like, yeah, but that was yesterday. No, that doesn't go away.
Well, that was yesterday.
Yeah, like, that doesn't go away. So, like, if you tell your partner, okay, you can move out. I'm just going to move out. Oh, I didn't mean it. I was just angry. No.
I'm gone.
You don't take
I've signed my lease already. Like, I am out of here.
I always say, when you're angry, you still need to be respectful. If you're okay with taking the bar to hell when you're upset, that's not okay. We lived together for over a decade. Damn. Not your wife yet?
A decade?
I
hope it's been recently that she's been acting like this.
Doesn't sound like it. Honestly, at this point, she's like, look, it's been 12 years. We got no ring on my finger. We haven't moved to a bigger place. I don't respect you.
She is just so sad because now she's probably sitting there like, oh, I can't find anyone else. So since I'm unhappy, I'm going to make you unhappy as possible as well.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Well, she's definitely not going to be a wife with this man. I've pointed out many times over those years that it bothers me that I can't disagree or even make a remotely negative comment about anything without her bringing up the house. And also, she's not your mom. You have a right to be upset when you're upset. And when you're upset, you can't be like, that's unacceptable. This is my house. Like,
10 years, son. That's all I'm sitting there at. 10 years? I wouldn't last 10 minutes with that, bro.
He's in prison.
Like,
literally,
help him. Like, help my mans, bro.
You better only be there because of love, but not like financial burden. And she still does it every time over something as small as a minor gum wrapper left on the floor. You're making a mess of my house. You should move out. Girl, I'm sorry. She don't love you. I'm sorry. She's trying to, I think it's one of those scenarios where you can't leave someone because you're like, you feel too bad, so you're trying to get them to leave you. Because at that point, a gum wrapper, leave my house?
My man, either he has to be like, And like I can't. The only way that this makes sense is my man's like an illegal alien. Like he needs her for like citizenship, or like he's actually like has some sort of handicap or something. Like bro, there's just no way that you're sitting there just like it's making my head itchy.
If you're the type of person to like get upset about a dirty fork, a dirty spoon, a water bottle, some lint, you don't need to be living with nobody. Or you gotta disclose that information before somebody lives with you, because that's insufferable. A gum wrapper, leave my house, you're dirtying my house. You're crazy. It's to the point where I feel like a robot sometimes, and I can't say anything bad about anything ever. She ain't your teacher. She don't control you. She don't own you. Say what you want to say.
I just get sadder and sadder as the words come by. Cause I'm like,
he's
damn.
literally sounding so sad. Like, I have nothing. There's nothing else I can do.
Screaming for help. So I'm
like,
Superman.
This is life for me. I can't make my own decisions. I'm just so sad that this is the rest of my life. A miserable woman.
My man praying to God. He praying to fucking.
Like, I don't know what you on Reddit for. You need to go pack your stuff.
You need to go call goddamn Judge Judy, get half the damn house. I don't know.
If only he could. He never put a ring on it.
Good thing.
It's to the point where I feel like a robot because I can't say anything ever because she has that line ready. And I'm so sick of hearing it, especially because she doesn't even really mean it.
She means it. She means it all right.
You think she does?
What do you mean do I think she does? You say it enough times. Yeah, I think you don't mean it.
You can't just say stuff like you don't just say the words if you haven't thought of it.
Like imagine me telling you you're ugly for the next 10 years. Like you won't believe it.
Exactly.
You won't believe it after a decade.
Exactly, because you don't just come out with that like you thought of that. Because the few times I have said, okay, I'm leaving then, she always immediately backpedals and starts love bombing. She tells me she can't live without me, blah, blah. Things are good for a week. Then it's back to my house, move out over every issue. What the hell is going on here?
That's a grade A just manipulation.
That's a whole... What the fuck?
My man actually needs a superhero right now.
It's giving she doesn't respect him. She's insecure about something as well. Because she doesn't respect him for how she treats him. But when he tries to leave her, she wants him to stay. So that's where the insecurity comes in. So she's a lunatic. You got to go before you end up on, like, the missing person.
No, that ass. Like, he was trying to leave type shit.
Because you told him to. And now you're like, oh, please don't go. I love you so much. You're the only person I want to be with.
She's the type of threaten, like, suicide. Like, I'm going to kill myself if you don't stay with me. I'm going to commit suicide.
Later this year, she has a trip planned to visit with her relatives overseas. I'm staying home. Well, I guess I should stay in her house, take care of the dogs. That sounds so what?
Are you the man or are you the help? Are you the butler? Like,
it sounds like you owe her something. Like you owe her life. You are indebted to her or something. Like,
my God,
like
man.
She gave you a kidney and like you're trying to repay her or something. That's
no man
weird.
deserves that.
I intend to do that while also packing up my shit, and when she comes home, I want to be gone. I think I will just block her on everything, but it is tempting to send a final message first. Like, I finally realized you were right. It's your house, so enjoy it in solitude.
Bars!
I feel so sad for you, but at least... I feel sad that it took you so long to know your worth.
Man.
But I'm glad you realize it. And, like, you know, once you're done, like, some people, they take it because they want to get to the point that they're so done that when they're gone, they don't even think, you know? Like, they don't want to be like, did I make a mistake?
Because for me, I don't know. Like, at this point in my life right now, I'm at a point where, like, if I'm not living the exact way, like, I want to be, it instantly makes me feel depressed. Like, instantly. Like, if I'm not doing the things, like, in my head are right, make sense, anything of the sorts, I'm like, bro, this isn't reality anymore. Like, I am not, this is not going to be me. This is not my life. I don't know whose it is.
Y'all don't even think of going to vacation together.
Oh, my God. I wouldn't want to meet her family.
Like that, I mean, but still, like, just the fact that she can just go somewhere and doesn't care where you are. And
I'd go with her, pay for the Airbnb or whatever, and be like, oh, you're in my Airbnb type shit.
I feel like that would just suck, because then she sounds petty. She's going to be like, okay, we'll get to the house, my house, you can't stay here, you know, like.
Well, he's already planning on moving out, so shit.
True, but there's no point in him going.
Imagine if he had packed his bag already, went with her, told her that Airbnb shit, and then come back, his bag's packed, deuces.
Imagine if she was just doing all of this because she wanted a ring and he hasn't given it to her yet, so she's acting out.
That's crazy. That's even more of a reason to leave, because why would, like, I couldn't imagine just being with someone like that at all. Just manipulative and just hurtful in that manner.
Don't give a damn about him. She said you ain't worth the gum wrapper on the floor. And just the fact that she was like, you don't need to sleep. Like, sleep at your own house.
Oh my God, I completely forgot about that part.
Sleep at your own house.
Sleep at your own house, 6 8. Oh my God, I completely forgot about that part. That, like I said, she got one chance at that. One. And then she gonna quickly learn not to do that. That's really it.
It reminds me to my friend. Just the headphones on his ear. Wake the fuck up.
Fuck that,
Don't
man.
sleep. Won't let him sleep when he's working 12-hour shifts.
She'll catch an uppercut like that.
Like, he was trying to fund their lives. Like, get a job to support her, a better job and stuff. Like, oh, I can't even get into that. Jeez. But since we made it to the end and you guys are loyal, I mean, it's episode 3. You watched 1 and 2, right?
Absolutely.
And
if
you
didn't,
subscribed, right?
If you didn't, go back and do that.
Exactly. So if you did, like, you loyal and you know about these end of the video questions. Yes. So at the end, I give you a question today. It's a riddle. And it's going to be simple, easy things. So you can go ahead and comment it down below so I know you made it to the end. And today's question is a riddle. And it is...
You gotta be careful because you literally gave me that one as a riddle.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to go for a different one. The one that you said.
I got one.
Okay.
I got one.
It has to be easy.
It is easy.
To him.
It's easy because it's easy as hell. Okay. What has a bank but no money, a bed but doesn't sleep, and a mouth but doesn't eat? Don't answer it, but
wait, a bed but
doesn't sleep, a bank but no money, and a mouth but doesn't eat or talk.
Oh, I think I know.
Well, I'll say it.
I know. Okay, well, yeah, we're at the end. That's the question. I mean, the riddle. Put your answer down below. Go ahead and like and subscribe because you don't want to miss our weekly episodes. We're growing here. So go ahead and subscribe to join the family so you don't miss episode 4 every other weekly episodes. Because, again, we want to get to 2 episodes a week, but the fam has to grow, okay? And comment what you want to see next, all right? Bye.